This was one of the most anticipated girls matchups of the year so far. Waterford was up 3-0 in the first, and Avery Wagner will add to that, hitting the three to start the game on a 6-0 run. Leah Lauer down low now. She gets Wagner on the pump fake, then puts it in for Marietta's first points. Later in the first, Bryn Popmeyer drops her defender, then pulls it back and cans the three. Put that on the highlight reel. Waterford student section can't believe it. Elsie Malik thinks she has an open three, but Lauer comes flying in out of nowhere and swats it into the third row. Closing in on halftime, Popmeyer picks Alyssa Baker's pocket and takes it herself for two. The freshman had a huge day with 16 points. Skipping to the third, Kendall Vanderwall to Braxton Croft for the and one. Waterford only up 5 now. Lady Cass did not let that last long. Malik quickly fires to Kendall Surrey for her first bucket. Great ball movement from Waterford. Popmeyer with a hand in her face gets it to Malik for the layup to push Waterford's lead to 43-27 with time winding down the fourth. Marietta trying to make something happen. Lauren Elliott makes a three to cut it to 9. However, Waterford prevails with a 49-41 win to give Marietta their first loss of the season.